Listening test instructions. The listening test is about 50 minutes. There are 5 parts in the listening test. You will have about 6 minutes to listen to each passage and answer the questions. The passage will be played once. Please try your best to answer all the questions.
Listening to problem solving. You will hear a conversation in 3 sections. You will hear each section only once. After each section, you will hear 2 or 3 questions. You will hear the questions only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Hi, excuse me. I think I've lost my toque somewhere in the library this afternoon.
Oh no. Well, let's have a look in the lost and found bin first. Can you describe it for me?
Sure. It's navy blue, knitted, with a white pom-pom on top. Oh, and it's got a little red maple leaf patch sewn on the front.
Let me see. I've got a green scarf, some black gloves, and here we go, a navy toque.
Oh, great. No, wait. That one's plain. Mine has the pom-pom and the patch on the front.
You're right, no patch on this one. Where were you sitting today?
At the computer stations, mostly. Actually, no, hang on. I had it on there. I took it off in the quiet reading room because it got really warm upstairs.
The reading room on the 2nd floor? Okay, that's a start. Why don't you go check around the chairs up there? What is the man's problem? Which item is the man looking for?
No luck. I looked under every chair in the reading room. Nothing.
Well, one of our volunteers dropped off a few items about an hour ago. Let me check the bin again. Gloves and another toque, gray with stripes though.
Not mine, unfortunately.
Tell you what. There was a children's story time in the reading room at 2 o'clock. Sometimes things get scooped up with the craft supplies and end up in the program room.
Perfect, can we go look?
That's the thing. The program room stays locked until 4, and the coordinator has the only key.
You're kidding. It's 3:30 now, and my bus leaves at 3:45.
I'm sorry. Look, if it turns up, I'll set it aside here at this desk and give you a call. What's your number?
It's 30655504142. No, sorry, that's my old number. I just moved last month. It's 30655501998.
Where does the man now believe he left his hat? Why can't the program room be checked right away? How does the man react when he hears the room is locked? Sir, hold on a second. You're in luck. The coordinator came back early to set up for tonight, and she opened the program room for me.
You found it.
Navy blue, white pom-pom, and one little maple leaf patch. It was under a chair by the craft table.
That's it. Oh, what a relief. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. You know, we've just put a coat rack right by the main entrance. Might save your toque a few adventures next time, eh?
Ha. Fair point. I'll use it, I promise. Now, if I hurry.
You've got 10 minutes and the stop's right out front. You'll make it easily. Off you go. What does the librarian offer to do? How is the problem finally solved? What will the man most likely do next? Listening to a daily life conversation. You will hear a conversation followed by 5 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the questions only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Hey, Mira. Wow, you look wiped. Long weekend.
You could say that. I did my first shift at the food bank on Saturday. 4 straight hours of sorting donations.
Oh, right, the volunteering thing. How'd it go?
Honestly? Total chaos, the good kind mostly. A grocery chain dropped off a holiday food drive, and it turned out to be about 3 times bigger than anyone expected. There were boxes stacked practically to the ceiling.
Yikes. Were there enough people to handle all that?
Just barely. One of the regular volunteers was away, so the coordinator had me labeling and shelving from the minute I walked in the door. My arms are still sore from lifting all those cans.
I'll bet. Not exactly the relaxed introduction you were hoping for, eh?
Not even close. But you know what? I absolutely loved it. There's something about watching those shelves fill up. I was stacking pasta next to the freezers for 2 solid hours, and the time just flew by.
Careful, they'll have you running the place by Thanksgiving. Although, didn't you tell me you'd never even seen their sorting system?
That was exactly the problem. I kept putting the soup in with the pasta sauces. The coordinator was very patient about it. Very, very patient.
You know, they run an orientation workshop on Saturday mornings. My cousin took it last year. You'd learn the whole system in a couple of hours. Might save your arms a little, too.
That's actually a really good idea. I'll sign up for it online tonight before my next shift.
So you're going back, then?
This Saturday. And hey, they always need extra hands. You could come along with me.
HM. Maybe once soccer season wraps up. Anyway, see you at the 2 o'clock meeting.
Yep. I'd better get back to my desk. Wish me luck staying awake. What is the relationship between the speakers? Why was Mira's shift so hectic? How does Mira feel about her first shift? What does Tom suggest Mira do? What will Mira most likely do this Saturday? Listening for information. You will hear a conversation followed by 6 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the questions only once. Choose the best answer to each question. So, you mentioned on the phone that you were thinking about a wildlife trip?
That's right. My wife and I have always wanted to see polar bears, actual wild ones, not the ones at the zoo. Somebody told me you can do that here in Canada.
You certainly can. Churchill, Manitoba, right on Hudson Bay. It calls itself the polar bear capital of the world, and honestly, it earns the title.
Churchill. Okay. So we just a drive up from Winnipeg.
That's the first thing everyone asks. You can't, I'm afraid. There's no highway in or out of Churchill. You either fly from Winnipeg, which takes about 2 hours, or you take the train, which takes about 2 days.
2 hours or 2 days. Quite the choice.
The train's actually lovely if you have the time. Now, timing matters more than anything here. The best window is late October to early November.
Why then, exactly?
The bears spend the summer inland, and in the fall they gather along the coast near town, waiting for the sea ice to form so they can hunt seals again. For a few weeks, there are dozens of them right in the area.
Huh. I would have guessed the middle of winter.
Everyone does. By December, they're already out on the ice and gone. Now, for tours, you've got 2 main options. There are day trips in a tundra vehicle, That's basically a big bus on huge tires for around $450 a person. Or there's a 5-day lodge package, accommodation, meals, guides, several outings, about $5,200.
Ouch. That's quite a jump.
It is. But between us, the lodge package is the one people rave about. You're out there at sunrise, the guides are trained biologists, and you're not rushing back to town every evening. It's a lot of money, but you get what you pay for.
I'd need to talk it over with my wife before we commit to something like that.
Of course. One thing, though, the lodges book up fast. You'd want to reserve at least 6 months ahead.
Noted. So what's the next step?
I'll email you a sample itinerary this afternoon with both options priced out. Have a look at it together and give me a call when you've decided. Why is the man visiting the travel agency? Why can't the man drive to Churchill? How long does the train trip take? Why is late October the best time to visit? What is the agent's opinion of the lodge package? What will the woman do next? Listening to a news item. You will hear a news item once. It is about 1.5 minutes long. Then 5 questions will appear. Choose the best answer to each statement. A Moncton man has been reunited with a wallet he lost more than 3 decades ago, and it turned up in the last place anyone would think to look. Carpenter Denise Cormier was renovating the locker rooms at the Kinsman Arena last Tuesday when she pried off a wooden wall panel and found a brown leather wallet wedged behind it. Inside were a $20 bill, several family photographs, and a ticket stub from a 1994 playoff game. An expired membership card gave Cormier a name, Arthur LeBlanc. Her post about the discovery was shared more than 3,000 times online, and within a day, LeBlanc's daughter recognized the photographs. LeBlanc, now 61, believes the wallet slipped from his jacket during a beer league hockey game, and he admits he's spent years blaming his brother for taking it. The 20 won't buy what it used to, LeBlanc joked at the arena on Friday, but those photos, those are priceless. He has since apologized to his brother. As for the money, LeBlanc says it never really left the rink. He donated the bill, along with a little extra, to the arena's youth hockey program.
A new bill proposed by Paul Carter from the New Democratic Party.
Listening to a discussion. You will watch about 2-minute video. Then 8 questions will appear. Choose the best way to answer each question. This is Sandra. This is Ravi. This is Marcus. Okay, you two. One item tonight. The fall exhibition. We need a venue picked by the end of the month.
Finally. I've been saying since June that we should go for the waterfront gallery. Proper track lighting, white walls, our prints would actually look like art for once.
And it costs $600 for the weekend. The community hall is $150. That's not a small difference, Marcus.
Sure, but think about who walks by down there. The cruise ships dock 2 blocks away all through September. Those visitors wander the waterfront with money in their pockets. Some of them would drift right in.
Fair point about the foot traffic. And look, I'll admit it, the gallery's gorgeous. That lighting alone would flatter every frame we hang. I just can't get past the price. If we spend $600 on rent, there's almost nothing left in the account for printing and frames.
Which matters, because we all remember last year.
Ugh. 12 visitors. Half of them were our own spouses.
Don't remind me. Whatever we pick, we can't have a repeat of that.
Agreed. Now, Dee did offer us her cafe again, bless her.
That's generous of her.
It is, but honestly, we barely squeezed 30 frames in there 2 years ago. With 20 members submitting this fall, we'd have to leave half the show at home. I don't think it's a real option.
No argument here.
So, here's a thought. The city's tourism office has a small events grant, $500, for exactly this kind of thing. Applications close Friday.
Wait, seriously? If we actually got that, the gallery would only cost us about $100 out of pocket.
Then even our treasurer's happy. Ravi, at that price, are you in?
At that price, I'm in. But if the grant falls through, we book the hall. Deal?
Deal. I can live with that.
Then that's our plan. I'll get the application in by Friday, and we'll make the final call at next week's meeting. Either way, posters go up the week after. Somebody remind me to actually order them this year.
Noted, Madam President.
થોડુંક થયું બહુ હેવી ખાતો ને પાછું મોડું મોડું ખાતો ને રોજ આપણે રખવા જતા ખાઈ પીને પાપડી ડિજિટલ વસ્તુ આવી ગયું છે ડાઉનલોડ કરી લેશો ફિઝિકલ જરૂર ફિલ્મ નહીં રાખવાના આખું થેલીમાં થેલીમાં ટ્રાવેલિંગ વખતે ઓછું થાય ને કે એક કાર્ડ બતાવી દીધું એની અંદર બધી ડિટેલ્સ હોવી જોઈએ આઈડી ઉપર તમે બધું ફ્લેક્ટ કરી લો આવડું એટલા બધા ફૂલી ડિજિટલ બનતું નથી ને બધી કન્ટ્રીનું ઓલ ઇન વન એમેઝોન વાળાએ પોતાના સેટેલાઇટ લોન્ચ કર્યા 500 જેવા કેવા ઇન્ટરનેટ પેલા સ્ટારલિંકની જેમ ઉપર પછી ગોળ ગોળ આપણને દેખાશે બધું ફરતું સેટેલાઇટ સ્ટારલિંકને 10,000 સેટેલાઇટ છે ઇન્ટરનેટ માટે Casa.
Carajo.
Listening for Viewpoints. You will hear a report once. It is about 3 minutes long. Then 6 questions will appear. Choose the best answer to each statement. Good evening. Tonight we look at a proposal that has Kelowna City Council divided, a plan to bring a shared electric scooter program to the downtown core. Under the pilot, 2 private operators would place 400 scooters on city streets, with their speed capped at 20 kilometers per hour. Council votes on the plan next month. The proposal's leading voice is Councillor Anita Dillon. She argues that nearly half of all car trips downtown are under 3 kilometers, exactly the distance scooters handle best. Every short hop that happens on a scooter is one less car circling for parking, she says. Dillon points to Calgary, where riders took more than 1 million scooter trips in a single season, and she is quick to acknowledge the most common complaint. Scooters left lying across sidewalks, she admits, are a genuine problem, which is why the pilot would use geofencing technology that keeps the meter running until a scooter is parked in an approved zone. Not everyone is reassured. Gordon Mackey, who heads a local accessibility advocacy group, says that same technology has been promised in other cities and has still failed. His concern is specific. A scooter dropped across a sidewalk is a minor annoyance for most people, but for someone using a wheelchair or a white cane, it can be a hazard, it can be a wall. Mackey is careful to say he is not against scooters themselves. He would happily see fewer cars downtown. But he wants painted parking corrals on every block and automatic fines for blocking sidewalks, in place before a single scooter arrives, not promised for afterwards. Between the two sits Lucy Tran, who owns a cafe on Bernard Avenue. Tran likes the idea of scooters delivering a steady stream of customers to her door, and she suspects they would do exactly that. What worries her is the picture of a dozen scooters heaped beside her patio tables. Her support comes with conditions. The operators, not taxpayers, should pay for parking racks along the street, and the city should run a complaint hotline so that blocked sidewalks are reported and cleared within the hour. Council will hear from all 3 at a public meeting before the vote. If the plan passes, Kelowna's scooters will hit the streets in the spring, and if it fails, supporters say they will simply be back next year with a revised proposal. That's it for today's CELPIP mock test. I hope this helped you feel more confident and ready for the real exam. If you found this video useful, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow and reach more test takers just like you. Make sure you're subscribed so you never miss our latest mock tests, speaking samples, and study tips. And turn on the bell notification so you're always first to know when we post. Now here's the fun part. Drop your score in the comments below. I'd love to see how you did and cheer you on. See you in the next one. Keep practicing. You've got this.